Hi, good morning, Las Vegas. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you today, but I did want to take a few minutes to make a few brief remarks. I know you've got Rear Admiral Williamson out there today to talk to you in more detail, and I'm sure he's going to give you a fine speech. First of all, I am sorry I couldn't be here with you today. I have to say, in the 15 months I've been in the job, probably one of my favorite speaking events was out there last year at your Metal Trades Council's conference in Las Vegas. Had a great time talking to your folks, meeting with your union leadership, and was very honored to be asked to speak last year and again this year, and I hope I can return the favor and come back next year. Before I get any further, I do think it's important to point out that the Jets did win last week, so to Jimmy Hart out there, you and I, a longtime New York Jets fan, I was really worried that the 8th of October game between the Browns and the Jets was really going to determine if either one of those teams won a football game this year. So I'm happy to say the Jets have won at least once in the race for the #1 draft pick. So a lot has gone on in the last year since we met. And so I thought I'd take a little bit of your time and talk about two things. One, the 355-ship Navy, and two, and a little bit of my thoughts on safety. So first, let me talk about the 355-ship Navy. As I discussed last year, the Navy at about 275 to 280 ships a day is not big enough to do the mission that we're asked to do. And we're asking the young men and women who wear the cloth of this nation and have raised their right hands to protect and defend you and me to do an awful lot. And they're out there doing marvelous things today. But we need more ships. We've done a number of studies. Congress has led one. The Navy has won one. And all those studies come up with different mixes of ships. They all come to the same conclusion in the end, which is that basically we need around 355 to 360 ships. We've worked pretty hard in the FY18 budget to try and build more ships. You'll see 9 ships in the FY18 budget. You're going to see more ships coming in the FY19 budget. But like everything in Washington, D.C. today, it never is as easy as quite as it seems. So we're going to have to continue to work hard with Congress and with the administration to continue to make the case that we need a bigger Navy and that we need to continue to grow the Navy and build more ships. That's good for all of us. It's good for the Navy and it's good for you. The good news is, as we build more ships, that involves your union brethren, and I can tell you right now, as I said last year, we don't get to 355 ships today without the men and women of the Metal Trades Council and all the other unions that are out there today supporting us. So thank you for what you do in that particular area. On the area of safety, anybody who knows anything about the way shipyards work, whether you're in a private yard or in a public shipyard, knows that you don't get cost and schedule without quality and safety first. It's pretty simple. You've got to focus on those two things first and foremost, and when we do those things and we're successful, we get the requisite cost and schedule and we get great ships out there. We've had a pretty good year on safety in both our naval shipyards and in the private yards, but there's more work to do. I like to tell people around here that when people say, hey, the incident rate is less than 4%, I tell them, yeah, that's great, unless you happen to be the 1 in 25 person that gets hurt, and then it's just data. So there's more for us to do here. I think it's clearly one of those things that NAVSEA wants to continue to work with the unions on to try and find solutions to more safe worker safety in the shipyards. And I can promise you it's a priority for me, both in the naval shipyards on the public side of the house and with my supervisors of shipbuilding on the private side to make sure that you're getting the requisite quality to come in and do the quality work that you do each and every day. And finally, I'd like to say thank you to Jimmy Hart and Greg Juniman and the union leadership for the dialogue they have had with me this year. I've been in the job now for 15 months. We just got done with our semi-annual NAVSEA Labor Management Council, and I have to tell you, it was probably one of the best meetings I've ever been to in the 15 months I've been here. Real dialogue, real discussion about issues that impact you, impact me, and what we can do to make things better for the men and women on the deck plate that are wearing the uniform and the men and women of the unions that are down there every day doing their great work in the naval shipyards. This dialogue is going to continue. I'm excited about it. Jimmy and Greg Juniman brought up great ideas on what we could do to take advantage of some of the things that the unions know a lot about in terms of training the workforce that we desperately need in the naval shipyards, and we're taking steps forward there. So thanks for that. Thanks for your union leadership. I look forward for the continuing partnership. God bless the unions, God bless the United States Navy, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.